When we think about workplace safety, our minds usually jump to thick binders full of rules, maybe some checklists. But what if the real secret to a safe workplace isn't just about adding more rules? What if it's about building a perfectly tuned system? Let's dive into how one simple idea, a well-oiled machine, can totally change the way we look at safety.
So let's kick things off with that powerful metaphor. Picture your entire formal safety program as this big, complex machine, right? It's got all these gears, all these moving parts. But any machine, I don't care how well you build it, is going to grind to a halt without some oil. And that oil, that is your safety culture. It's the invisible stuff that makes everything run smoothly, without friction.
Okay, so if we're going to talk about a machine, we kind of need to know what it's made of. We need the blueprint. So what exactly is this formal structure we're building? Let's get a really clear definition of what a safety management system actually is.
Right. A safety management system, or SMS, is so much more than just some dusty binder on a shelf. It's a living, breathing set of processes that runs through the entire company. And the key phrase here is risk-based decision-making. It's about building safety thinking into the DNA of the business, into every single thing you do, every day. This is the official plan for the machine.
Every great machine is built from a handful of essential parts, and a safety management system is no different. So let's pop the hood and break down the core components you absolutely need to build a safety machine that's tough and effective.
Everything, and I mean everything, starts at the top. Management leadership is the engine that drives this whole thing. It's not nearly enough to just say, hey, safety is important. Leadership has to put it in writing, set clear goals you can actually measure, and, this is huge, put their money where their mouth is and allocate real resources. They have to walk the walk.
But an engine is useless on its own. The folks on the front lines, they're your eyes and ears. Getting workers involved isn't just a nice idea. It gives them a real sense of ownership. And that no-blame policy, it's completely non-negotiable. If people are scared they'll get in trouble for raising a concern, your whole system is doomed to fail. Period.
This part is like the machine's onboard diagnostic system. It's always scanning for trouble. And what's really crucial here is that it's not just about looking at accidents after they happen. A truly strong system is proactive. It digs into the near misses to figure out the root cause before anyone can actually get hurt. That's a game changer.
So, spotting a hazard is one thing, but actually fixing it, that's the whole point. And there's a really logical way to do it. You look at all your options, you pick the best one, with a big focus on permanent fixes, not just Band-Aids. You put it in place, and then, and this is the step everyone forgets, you follow up to make sure it actually worked. That's what makes it a real system.
And finally, to keep this whole machine running and constantly getting better, you need two things: an owner's manual and a dashboard. Everyone needs training, not just on their job, but on how the whole safety system works. And you have to track your performance and share the results out in the open. That communication is what lets the system learn and evolve.
Okay, so we've built our machine. It's got a strong engine with leadership, worker participation, hazard controls. I mean, all the right parts are there. But like we said, even the most perfectly engineered machine is going to seize up and fail without oil. So now, let's talk about the oil, a genuine culture of safety.
I love this definition. It's so simple, but it is so true. Culture isn't about what's written down in a manual. It's about what people actually do when they think nobody's watching. It's the unwritten rules, the shared mindset, the gut feeling of a place. It's just the way things are done.
And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? We can build the most beautiful, streamlined reporting system. We can have fancy apps and easy forms, but so often, it just doesn't work the way it's supposed to. Why does this specific part of the machine always seem to grind to a halt?
Well, here's the grit and the gears. Reporting just becomes another piece of paperwork, a box to check. Management gets obsessed with the number of reports instead of the quality of what's in them. And worst of all, it gets twisted into a tool for blaming people, and workers get scared to speak up. This is exactly where a great system on paper falls apart in reality.
So, how do we fix this? The temptation is to just add another rule, another gear to the machine. But that's not the answer. The real solution requires a major shift in how we think about what reporting is even for. We need to stop adding rules and start thinking smarter. So what does that smarter thinking look like in the real world? Well, it looks like this. The goal can't just be collecting data. It has to be about creating real knowledge.
We have to shift the whole mindset from just reporting problems to actively solving them. And at the end of the day, for a worker to buy in, they have to see what's in it for them. Is it easy? Will I get feedback? Will this actually make my life better and safer?
Okay, so we've looked at the machine, our system. We've looked at the oil, our culture. Now it's time for the final and most important connection, because these two things aren't just related, one literally creates the other.
This right here, this might be the single most important idea to take away from all of this. Your culture isn't some magic fog that just appears out of nowhere. It is the direct result of the systems, the structures you build. The way you design your machine determines the quality of your oil. It's that simple. You get the culture you design for.
And if you want a perfect, concrete example of how that works, here you go. You want a culture where people are constantly looking for ways to make things safer? Then build a structure that rewards that behavior. Make proactive safety efforts a formal part of everyone's performance review. That one structural change tells everyone what really matters around here, way louder than any poster on the wall.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. We've talked about systems and culture, machines and oil. But what if there's an ingredient we've been missing? What if the best way to get people to buy into safety isn't through rules and fear, but by making it genuinely engaging, maybe even fun? What would that well-oiled machine look like?